All right. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. It would have been greater if I would be there right now with you. I'm doing this from home right now, but still very happy to be connected with you and to share some of the insights that we have at Child Focus in Belgium. So yeah, my name is Niels Van Paemel, and I work as a policy advisor for Child Focus, which is the Belgian Foundation for Missing and Sexually Exploited Children. And we are also the Belgian Safer Internet Center. In the next 25 minutes, I will briefly explain a very new but also very alarming phenomenon that is on the rise right now, namely deep nudes. And I have to be honest, I had some help making this presentation, and let me give him some credits, or her, before I make him or her angry. Artificial intelligence. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Artificial Intelligence. Before we take off, I'm taking two things away from what Boris said in his presentation, his inspirational presentation, of course. First of all, don't blame technology. We, as humans, are the problem when things go wrong. So what we should do is try to understand how technology works and work with this and try to go to prevention from understanding, first of all, technology and how humans can misuse this type of technology, right? And secondly, we need more quokkas in life. Internet animals, especially when we were talking about that serious problem like online exploitation. So I divided my presentation in two. First part, light, maybe even funny, where I give an overview of how AI works in 2024, and then we go to that serious part of deep nudes and how this is right now affecting young people online. So for this first introduction, I asked a very good friend of mine, Elon Musk, to set the scene a bit, and I was actually quite surprised about his Polish.
Cześć wszystkim, to ja, Elon.
Hi everybody, I'm Elon Musk. It's an honor to welcome you in the 18th conference in Warsaw. It's my honor to present my best friend, Niels Van Paemel, who will give you a great presentation on artificial intelligence and his work in Belgium. Have fun.
Okay, thank you very much, Elon. And I didn't know that it's Niels Van Paemel, but I'm learning here too. So yeah, before we go to this dark side of the internet in 2024, let's take a step back. What happened to our online world since AI took over and got stronger and stronger? And whether we like it or not, we've seen it, we all know this actually. AI is literally everywhere. It's in the algorithms of every application, even when you're using Duolingo. It's in ChatGPT that we ask questions to, or even Google Gemini when we need to write an email. So Google Translate might even scan a foreign menu when you're in a restaurant and live translate it for you on the screen so you know what you can order. Amazing, right? So life actually got pretty easy lately, especially since the introduction of generative AI. And let's maybe see in a 1 minute video what generative AI actually does.
What exactly is generative AI? When new content is created by artificial intelligence, it's called generative AI. This could involve generating texts and images, as well as videos, music, or voices. To do this, you describe in a chat dialog box what you want the AI to create. This description is called a prompt. The generative AI tools provide answers to all sorts of questions, summarize complex information, and generate diverse ideas quickly. Depending on how they're used, they can create short stories, paintings, pieces of code, or even musical compositions. The foundation for this creation lies in large amounts of data that the AI system accesses to identify patterns and similarities. The content produced by the AI is new. It's often impressive and challenging to distinguish from things humans have made. Generative AI can also be misused. In so-called deep fakes, AI is utilized to produce images or videos that seem real. AI-generated texts are also tough to recognize as machine-made. Moreover, the AI can provide answers that sound correct but are actually incorrect. This is called hallucinating. The quality of what's created depends on both the quality of the data used and the quality of the prompts given. To effectively utilize generative AI, we need to learn how to guide the tools with meaningful prompts and use them thoughtfully. Generative AI holds immense potential and can help us in many ways, such as serving as a writing or learning partner. However, the AI should do the hard work, and humans should be responsible for the facts.
Easy, right? Humans should be responsible for the facts. Definitely something to take away from this video. But luckily, as humans, we all have the best intentions and we all got our priorities straight when you're talking about generative AI, as we see in this video.
For the past decades, we have automated almost everything in the world, except for the tasks that needed pattern recognition. Our cars are built by robots, because it's very easy to put the same windscreen in the same piece of metal over and over again. You can automate it with classic software. Picking fruit in a garden is still human labor, because you need pattern recognition to see where the apple is between all the leaves. It was impossible to do it, and now we have artificial intelligence. And now we have the last piece of the puzzle for complete automation. A new superpower in software, pattern recognition. And since we have this new superpower, the brightest minds of this planet have started using it to solve the biggest problems of our society. For example, where is Wally? This is a Where is Wally robot. It's a webcam with artificial intelligence. You show it a Where is Wally book. It will look for the pattern of Wally's head on the page, and the robotic arm will say, there is Wally. Because also our hobbies will be automated in the future.
Yes, our hobbies are going to be automated right now. And even the arts are in danger. And after the visuals, even songs can be made with generative AI. And the next example will show you how this looks like. For example, if Arnold Schwarzenegger would sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Isn't it a place you can get to by a boat or a train? Is far, far away. Behind the moon. Beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow. Way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere.
I will save you from the rest of it, but I think you have an idea right now. Or first of all, how realistic it is. Let's move on. Does anybody here know this person? I don't see you in the audience, so I will just think that nobody right now is lifting their arms. Why? Because I already know the answer. Nobody knows this person because this person does not exist. This person not only doesn't exist, she will never exist because this is a made-up person created by AI. And actually, to be honest, like, I don't see it. Maybe one of you has an eye for this, but I don't see it anymore. I don't see that this person is completely fake. It's made, of course, by data, by millions of photos from all of us that are thrown on top of each other, and from that we can create photos. So this actually comes from the website thispersondoesnotexist.com. You can choose the gender, you can choose the age, and you can even choose the ethnicity of the person that you want. Then you just click the button and you create a person that has never existed. So also keep this in mind when we go to the dark side, like how easy it is to create a fake person online and how realistic it is and how hard it is getting to detect real from fake, truth from non-truths. So yeah, I wanted to test it. Like, is it really that easy to make content with the free Gen AI tools that you can find online? I just tried to be a teenager of 2024 and check how I can make my own content with this. So first of all, I did an easy prompt with the DALL-E generator, that is to create imagery. So I said, okay, I want a child in Brussels being rescued by a social worker from Child Focus. This social worker is a man with a pink cape outfit and make it very neon. All right, actually the results, very happy with this. Like, this looks very realistic, and it's completely what I asked. To see like what more it can do, I was like, okay, let's make it a bit more challenging. I want a white elephant that is drinking a strawberry daiquiri on a beach in Myanmar. Quite specific, right? And in comic book style. And as we can see here, it completely did it. It's a comic book style. It's this white elephant. There's even an umbrella in my strawberry daiquiri. So very happy with that. Photos and imagery, very easy right now. Okay, I wanted to see how it would work with video. And then I asked like, okay, can you make me the star of the movie Pretty Woman? What I meant was I wanted to be Richard Gere, but the AI understood it differently. So I am very sorry for what you're about to see.
Just leave it all up to me. So, do you have a wife? Girlfriend?
So yeah, I'm sorry for this. This was a very, very cheap and free technology that was used for this. So here you can still very much see that it's fake, right? But today's technology is actually already a lot better than this. Moving on. Oh, sorry for this.
Welcome at the...
I wanted also to check how music works and how easy it is to make music online. And luckily, because I'm a musician myself, it's still very hard to make good music completely with AI. I just gave it some text about this conference, and then they gave me this music in return.
The 18th International Conference, keeping children and young people safe online is the largest regular event in Poland concerning children online. Safety, we love the Polish Safer Internet Center.
So yeah, I would not say this is sketchy at all. So this is an example where the human factor still is, I would say, there, like where humans are still better in making the art itself, especially in music. And as a very last example of this first part, I wanted to make an awareness raising campaign. I said, okay, give me a 40-second video about Kevin from Limanova, who gets bullied at school. He receives help from his friend Katarzyna, and together they call the Polish Safer Internet Center to receive the right help. Give it a happy ending, and the video should be usable as a campaign video for a saferinternet.pl. This is everything I gave. Like, this is all I said, and the video I got in return is purely made from AI.
Jeśli jesteś rodzicem i martwisz się o cyberprzemoc,
if you're a parent and you get worried about cyberbullying, Kevin is an example. He was bullied online, felt helpless, lost. Fortunately, his friend Akasha reminded him of the saferinternet.pl. Together they called the emergency line. A consultant listened to Kevin, gave him support and some advice. Kevin opened up the teacher, he was listened to, and he felt relief thanks to safeinternet.pl. Kevin's story ended happily.
So yeah, this is an example again of how we can use generative AI in our advantage, right? And how to move on from there. But at a certain time, it stops being funny. Most technology, like I show you some examples of where AI is used in a funny way, even educational or helpful. But just like any other types of technology, people with bad intentions can use this tech in a negative way. And over the last 2 years, we got some worrying cases. That's why I added this quokka. Thank you, Boris, for this. With the availability of Gen AI, creating these unique images like I showed you, or videos, songs, whatever, you don't need much effort for it. You just type one sentence and you get it. So unfortunately, that means that generating sexually explicit content has also become simpler as well. Often only requiring a completely innocent photo of somebody's face. That's all you need right now. Without even doing anything compromising, you could be faced with a decision to pay up, or being sextorted, or have fake sexual explicit images of you shared online. And this is something we're seeing more and more. Cases of people being sextorted with photos they never even took. Belgian model who came out in the media that she was that people wanted money from her because otherwise they would share her nudes, but she never even made them. They were completely fake, made with AI, but so realistic that everybody would believe it anyway that they are real. So this new phenomenon of deep nudes, why deep nudes? It's actually deep fakes, but of nudes imagery, so deep nudes. And this phenomenon needed to be researched because there is nothing existing about it, right? As we also see within the whole InSafe community, what does this mean? Every helpline all around Europe, we are seeing that our numbers of sextortion are being doubled. Like the numbers are going through the roof. And now, because like the reason why is it's not hard to find. You can be extorted with real photos, with nudified photos, or with fake photos. You can be groomed by a real person, but this real person can use an AI voice, can use an AI body, can maybe even use AI live translations, or all of the above. So something that we really should think about. So we did a study, deepnuding amongst Belgian youngsters, right? Why did we need to study? I told you, IBSA, so image-based sexual abuse numbers are going through the roof. And then we see this interrelatedness of the technical evolutions and online abuse, like people using encryption or AI. There's also an interrelatedness of gender-based violence and online abuse. What we see, especially with these deep nudes, all of our cases where it was all of these victims are women. We're seeing more and more doxing happening online. What does this mean? And exposing people, or for example, when we're talking about young people within their school, they have a group on Telegram where they would expose the girls of the school with photos and also information on how to contact them and how to slut shame them. So it's a very, like, gender-based violence is very much within this context. So we got our first cases also within school contexts. But the problem in Belgium, at least, was the politicians have their head in the sand. If there's no proof about this phenomenon, there is no problem. So what we need to do is, first of all, show that this is happening in Belgium, right? And the last reason to do this study, it's so realistic today. And it's not only for the tech savvy anymore. Everybody can make content online and also sexually explicit content online. So we needed to act. Within this study, we reached out to the Belgian Secretary of State for Gender Equality, Colin Leroy, and we also found a partner who worked with adult victims, the Institute for Equality Between Women and Men. So of course, for us, Child Focus and the Antwerp University to really conduct the study. The first thing the study checks is how is the market changing, and over the years, this is actually just the Google hits. People that are Googling, literally, deep nudes applications or sexual deepfakes, pornographic deepfakes, and you see this going up exponentially. So what does this mean? More and more people are looking for the application, so this already gives an indication, right? After exploring the markets, the study goes deeper into the 3 types of deep nudes. You have the face swap, that is the first one. So basically, what does it mean? You take a naked picture or a porn video, and you just change the face with somebody that you want to depict in this video. So you just swap the faces. Second one is an undress application. So basically, you have a picture of somebody fully dressed, can be lingerie, but also just full clothes on, and the application will create very realistic nude pictures of this person. And the third form of this is an AI porn generator, where you basically give a prompt, like in the video that I showed you, this awareness video, but you basically create your own porn movie with a person that doesn't exist or has never existed, right? These are the 3 types of deep nudes that we are seeing in Belgium right now. The first thing that really struck us is that the applications are, first of all, everywhere. They are very easy to Google. So this is already a first point of critique. And you can just find them, and they are targeting all of them girls as victims. See any girl online naked for free. See any girl clothless with a click of a button. Undress any girl online completely for free. So they are quite honest in what they bring to you as how they are selling themselves. It's clear. It's to undress people. Let me take you through some numbers of the study. Almost 42% of those young people that we interviewed know what a deep nude is. 23% of them have seen one. That's 1 in 4. 13.8% have received a deep nude. 7.8% possess a deep nude. It means they have it in their possession, on their phones. And 12.8% know at least one deep nude application. That's actually quite a high number. This really struck us. And of this 12.8% of all young people, 60.5% of those that know an application have also tried and used it. And the last number, 99% of the victims are girls. We tried a lot of these applications. We tried it on male victims, and actually it's not so accurate at all. Also, the applications are made for girls as victims. This is also how the market works, and also something to really reflect upon. If we ask those young people that received it, like where and how did you receive it? Okay, on Snapchat. Which makes sense because also most of the sexting happens on Snapchat, right? Instagram, X, TikTok, and a small percentage also, 15% on Telegram. If you ask them, why do you do it? A lot of people say it's power dynamics, to humiliate the victim, as a revenge, for example, when a relationship stops. For personal status, and that's mainly when boys do it, because they think it's cool to do, and they like doing it and they think it's funny. But if you look at the impact, it is not funny. We really see that the victim, even though they never made a nude picture of themselves, the impact on this photo of them being shared is the same as with traditional sharing of intimate images. Of course, this makes sense because everybody who sees this photo thinks it's real. So it doesn't really matter if it's fake or not. And this can have the same long-term traumatic impact of a victim. It is a form of image-based sexual abuse and nothing less. It's nothing to be minimized. And a lot of the boys who share these photos will use this as an argument, like, hey, we did not mean this in a bad way. It's just a joke. It's not you anyway. But that is not how it works. The impact on the victim is the same. And we should really make people aware of this, right? In Belgium, this is we check for the legal framework, and actually it is part of it. I cannot speak about Poland, but it's definitely something to take into consideration, that it should not matter if it's real or not when there's a victim, right? So this is something to take away, and I cannot speak for the Polish framework, so I can be very short on that. What are the recommendations coming from the study? We need more awareness raising amongst youngsters, policymakers, industry, and education system. Makes sense, right? We don't want the apps to be easily findable on Google. We want the apps to take the responsibility. We want awareness raising because we don't want boys to think that it's okay or funny to do. And we need to make people aware also in our education system. We need mentality change regarding the sexual privacy and integrity. So media literacy should be very high on the agenda. And this is something we talked about for the last 2 days. So I know this is something that in Poland is also being taken seriously. So we should take also the aspect of this fake imagery into this. And legislation, we need to review our national criminal laws and use maybe, for example, from the EU, the AI Act and regulations on gender-based violence to ensure the broadest possible protection of victims of deepnuding. We need to invest in scientific research, and this is only the first step. We just prove basically that it exists and that it's bad. And that for a victim, it's also really bad. We need to go further. We need to go looking into the motives for producing deep nudes and the culture of sharing and how to change this, right? We need to change boys sharing naked pictures of girls as if they were just trading cards, Pokemon cards or whatever. This is something that we really need to work on. Doesn't matter if it's real or fake. And industry, they need to regulate applications. Self-regulation does not work if we're not banning by search engines and social media. And the domain name registries are also something to tackle. We need to work with social media platforms to develop policies and measures to limit the spread of deep news. Encourage them to make users aware of these risks and consequences of sharing deep news. So, to give the good example in the Belgian context, okay, we are launching a campaign now on 18th of November. And what we are doing, since we are also the missing persons center in Belgium, we are going to link these two. So you have your missing children posters, the typical ones that in Belgium with a red background, but we changed to missing pieces. And what does this photo say? For example, missing pieces, Remy, 12 years old. On 12th of June 2024, this clothing disappeared from Anna's photo, a deep nude that destroyed her life. And then with this QR code, you can read their story. And it's actually, we're mixing it with a missing persons case. People will take it serious and they will understand the story of this person better. We create awareness in this way, and hopefully this campaign will be very successful. This is an example of how we will put it out there. And last but not least, what are our challenges for 2024, but also the year is almost over, 2025. These deep nudes, and this generative AI and its negative consequences are here to stay. So what do we do now? We need an EU response. We need to collect data, we need more research. But also on the prevention side, like how can we help young people to recognize red flags when it's super hard to go from real to fake? How can we guide them to check, to verify if things are fake or not? How to go for the right, for the right websites, or like how to guide them there? What do we do with this toxic masculinity online? And the last one, and this is a very important one, how do we deal with sharenting in this age when you just need the photo of a child's face in order to make sexually explicit content? How do we go from here? Hotlines, because now also there will be pornographic material, a CSAM, so child sexual abuse material, made from fake children. How do we deal with this? And as a last one, sextortion offenders, they are using live deepfake technology. To give you an example, I'm a 37-year-old male, but if I use this tech, you will see and hear a 15-year-old girl from Poland that even speaks Polish. So it goes this far right now. Something to really take into consideration. And maybe one last positive thing to take away from this. Because right now, we don't know anymore if a nude is real or fake. Victim blaming is made impossible. We cannot say anymore, you should not have taken this photo if you have never taken it in the first place. So this is something to take away from this. Victim blaming is maybe now something from the past, hopefully. So this is it from my side. And maybe only Will Smith know what to say.
Don't share other people's nudes, even the fake ones, okay? Or I will slap you.
Thank you very much. This was my presentation.